was to think that 85 million years ago, a rock and a stick would change the layout of this entire blue planet's food chain? A food chain topped by an anxious primate that is burdened with a mind so complex that once every 4 years, it simply cannot help being tricked by another power-hungry politician that profits off of selling arms to both sides of your geopolitical conflict. Behold, simple caveman, we too have discovered fire, but what you shall use for food, we shall use on systematically povertized civilians in the quote-unquote third world lands of the South and West Asias and Northern Africas. Ah, yes. The fire that you shall use to feed your families should become the budget that we use as an excuse to starve our own. A budget that exceeded double what was spent on the Vietnam, Korean, and Great War combined after we got bombed by extremists committing human rights offenses in lands that we personally povertized. Then after all of that, we chose to turn our heads together and we preached in unison that they were evil for their human rights offenses, when for 60 years we had previously turned a blind eye to those issues so that we could have cheaper oil. There is a reason there's no peace in the Middle East, and that reason is that some politician's dream yacht just so happened to cost the same amount of money as the lives of 250,000 dead Afghani and Iraqi civilians. But hey, who are we to talk about the lives of civilians? We act like we are any better, yet this country empowered a prophetic masterclass in which the peak of this evolutionary web has white ones that stand on a soapbox to preach that the darker ones might be a bit too scary for their society. The white ones line up all the so-called unfavorables and choose their fates for them based off of ideas brainstormed by rich Silicon Valley white kids who have never seen a low-income neighborhood outside of a hip-hop video that was funded by Sony, Warner Brothers, or Capitol Records. The sleazy white cocaine addict politicians then choose to send some of the unfavorable, scary ones off to jail for decades for minor drug offenses so that they can gift their pale, spoiled brat a pair of new Nikes for the low, low price of 21st century slavery and 99 cents. And then you have hypocritical senators with the last names of Cruz, Moreno, Murkowski, Schmidt, McCormick, and they all think that the rest of the unfavorables should be kidnapped in white vans and sent to cruel detention centers for simply trying to immigrate to the same country that they did. They used to say monkey see, monkey do, but now the monkeys that have are changing their names from Jorge to George. Sadly for them, no amount of red hat grifting or pick-me assimilation will be enough to keep them or their families safe from the hands of those who think that their kind is a little too scary for us. Hey, go ahead and ask Little Chief, Little Plume, and Horse how that worked out for them in 1882 and 1883. At the end of the day, I guess the ultra-elite politicians' human rights offenses just don't matter as much as the Middle Easterners' offenses. Hey, but do not fret, for cultural assimilation is not just a radical issue, it's an economic issue. Some of the apes that inherited immoral wealth, these rich primates hire poorer primates that hire even poorer primates like you and I. Most of the time, the rich ones that you work for don't even know your job, your position, or what you do. All these rich ones know is that they have power over you. And that power over you is what they feed on. Boy, evolution must be true. How else could we have come up with this completely fair and non-predatory approach to economics? I mean, hey, what else are we supposed to do? Give each other love, respect, support, just because you are a primate like I am? If we gave each other support and love and dignity, how would the rich people sell the poor ones anxiety and depression relief medication? If we loved each other, how would the rich apes profit off of mental health hospitals that pump you full of lithium and propranolol before leaving you in severe medical debt? Nothing screams mental health like expensive prescriptions and 300 voicemails from debt collection agencies. My final question for you tonight before we start playing is, where are we headed? What shall fuel us to continue this beautiful evolutionary streak? And is this evolution supposed to make us smarter or more vulturous to those around us? If it's the latter, then follow me in pride, for we, the Homo sapien, are the peak of the evolutionary process. Now please excuse me so I can take my Lexapro. This is my band, Saddam Hussein Hiding Spot, and this song is about putting estrogen in women's water fountains. Thank you.
That was fucking sick.
That song was called Dead Boys Make Pretty Girls. And, I'm tired already. You can fucking believe this? No cardio at all. 22 years before I found out I had asthma. A total piece of shit. This next song is one that we wrote as a message to good old drifting Greg Abbott and other Republican politicians that believe that trans women shouldn't have any place in athletics, in education. Trans women shouldn't have health care. Our message to them is fascist, transphobes, fucking Thank you. So I need to rehydrate real
Sorry.
there.
Sweet.
All right. So, yeah, this is the third song we have. This song, I'm pretty angry at banks right now. You guys like banks?
Ooh, no, fuck the bank.
Yeah, fuck the banks. They're so right. It's such a hot proposition to be on. Anyways, this song is called, wait, Rose, you want to tell me what the song's called?
Money is a song!
Thank you. One's for love ballads, we are. I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight. I also want to thank the people that I learned in here. We are Saddam Hussein Hiding Spot. Before we get into our last song of the night, I want to introduce you to this beautiful crew of people. Starting off on guitar, we have the beautiful Emma. Slapping the bass, we have the beautiful Rose Domingo. On the sticks, we have the powerful, everlasting Samantha! And my name is Kim. There's power to the freedom of expression. Next up is Open Casket Sound System.